Welcome to my Japan series. Today we will feature Miyajima Island in Hiroshima. Our first day started really bright and early with a bullet train to Hiroshima. Today's destination is Miyajima, one of Hiroshima's islands and one of the most popular destinations in Japan. Taking the Shinkansen so early meant we were only surrounded by suited businessmen. The journey was overall fast, and I took advantage of this time to take my breakfast on the train, a Georgia cold brew with some cake. The island is also called Itsukushima, and it got its name thanks to its Japanese meaning. It directly translates to Shrine Island, and this is because in it there are lots and lots of shrines, sanctuaries and temples, each with a unique architecture and energy. But the journey did not end up with the bullet train. We had to take the local train and then a ferry too. Due to my emetophobia, I usually avoid ferries. But this is the only way to reach this destination, and it only takes 5 minutes, so it's perfectly fine. If I must say though, for some reason the ferry we took back in the afternoon did smell quite horribly, and that was quite triggering. But again, staying at the top deck with fresh air, breathing in before getting back out really helped. And remember, it's just 5 minutes, you can definitely handle it. The ferry also allows you to take a look at the Great Torii from a different perspective, and the overall views are just amazing. For a tip, I highly recommend you to go to the top floor. If you're lucky enough, you'll get one of the seats, but if not, you can always stand against the railing to enjoy the views of the water and the island as you approach. Arriving at the island and walking towards the famous temple, we were greeted with a big white torii gate and 2 komaino or lion dogs. These statues are placed to guard out any evil spirits and protect the place. and the torii is a gate to a sacred place that symbolizes the transition from the mundane to the sacred, where it is believed that spirits and deities cross and use. It is usually located at the entrance of sanctuaries. It is part of the culture and etiquette to make a small bow before crossing under it, and some say to never cross through the middle, as this is a path for the gods only. This is a really famous place that attracts millions of tourists each year, and it is for a very good reason. Its main temple is designed to look as if it were floating on the water. The floating torii can also be appreciated, and the contrast between the red and turquoise water is something so unique and breathtaking. Getting there early means you will be able to catch the torii floating on the water, but not really the temple itself. For that, I highly recommend staying a night at the island, as it is really early that you will need to see this, or later in the evening. The tides shift abruptly, and by midday there will be barely any water left, allowing you to walk towards the torii and touch it, a tradition that is done among the locals. We first visited the Itsukushima Shrine, probably one of the most famous attractions of this island and of Japan. A lot of its buildings are considered national treasures. It is listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and this is the temple that gave the name to the island that is now known a bit more by the name Miyajima. We peacefully walked its grounds, and here we made our first prayer or wish. We did not film it, but if you want to do it, I will add some demonstrations along future videos where we did film our prayers. It basically consists of bowing, clapping, throwing an offer, ringing the bell if there is any, and praying or making our wish and bowing again. As you can tell, I tried filming as discreetly as possible, trying my best not to interrupt any locals everywhere I went. Yes, shrines and temples are beautiful places and are often filled with tourists, but we must not forget these places are sacred and are places where locals go to pay respect and pray, so you must always visit the grounds with respect and try your best not to be in the way of locals. This temple was currently under construction, but it was beautiful nonetheless. We did a small hike that felt straight out of a Ghibli movie, with red wooden bridges, koi fish and even shrines hidden among the trees. This hike, although small, still has plenty of stairs before reaching the cable car that takes you up to the Shishiiwa Observatory. Although it does not compare to the 2 kilometers of stairs that you would have to do if you decide to walk all the way up, it is still quite an exercise. As we did not have the time to do it both ways walking, we decided to take the cable car up, enjoy the view, and get back down by foot. It is indeed a breathtaking view of the surroundings. It was a bit cloudy, but you could still appreciate the view. After taking in the views and planning our journey, we decided to embark on a small hike towards the top of Mount Misen. Towards the top, you will reach a place where there is quite a famous temple, the Reikado Kiezu-no-hi. I hope I pronounced that correctly. The Eternal Flame. The fire which Kobo Daishi used for prayer around 1,200 years ago. It's said to still be burning, and it is with this fire that the flame of peace of the Hiroshima Memorial was lit up. If you continue your way hiking towards the top of Mount Misen, you will encounter with a bit of stairs, a few look-away points, and finally the top with even better views than the observatory. A great place to sit down and rest a bit, even have some lunch if you brought any with you, but remember, always take your trash back with you. On our way down, we got a tiny bit lost but quickly found our way. If you see these statues, then continue straight down and you will be on the right path. We knew it was a long way down with lots of stairs, but for some reason we still were incredibly unprepared with not the adequate shoes, as you can tell. So if there is a tip I can give you, is to take proper shoes with you, at least a bottle of water and some food if you plan to make this hike. It is completely worth it, by the way. During the whole hike, you're surrounded by nature, and if you're lucky enough, most of the time you will be by yourselves. Hearing the different birds and indulging such peace was something beyond beautiful. After a bit of a hike down, you will reach a big wooden door. This is actually the entrance, the gate with the guardians protecting the sacred place of Mount Misen. These guardians are quite scary looking, and this is because just like Komaino or lion dogs, their duty is to protect the place and guard off evil spirits. Once we reached the bottom, it started to rain, just in time as we were finishing our outdoors hike. Here we were greeted by a series of temples so beautiful and unique. This is the Daisho-in, and it's one of the most important temples of Shingon Buddhism. It is a complex with several different buildings and statues, a must visit if you ask me. When walking up the temple steps, there is a row of spinning metal wheels that are inscribed with sutras, which are Buddhist scriptures. As you walk the stairs, you can spin them with your hand, and in this way you can engage in this Buddhist ritual, without the need of understanding or needing to read these sutras. It is believed that spinning them has the same effect as reading them, and therefore you can benefit from the blessings that reading the sutras is believed to entail. One of the places you can visit at Daisho-in is the Henjo Cave, which is filled with 88 icons representing the temples of the Shikoku pilgrimage. In it, there is Buddhist sutras being sung and an energy and aura like no other. All in all, we absolutely adored our time spent on the island, and it's a visit that I highly recommend anyone to do at least once. If you enjoyed this video or like what you just watched, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any other videos. And make sure to check out my Japan travel guide, where you can find more information about this trip and planning your own trip to this incredible country. See you in my next video.